Morning. I know I look a mess, but I went out this morning to take Lizzie to meet her friend on the corner, and my allergy hit me, and it was outside, something outside, and I've just cleared it. So whatever it was, well, that's way too close, was something that was outside today. Bizarre. But I'm all right now. Lillian's in the sunshine. Ian is in the radiator bed, which I'm very pleased to report about. And I've just been packaging up some baskets. I'm waiting for the postman to give me a vital ingredient for my next batch, which I need to finish and which I'd like to post with these ones, really. So hopefully he'll turn up in a little while. I'm sure he will, and then I can get those finished today. Oh, whatever's going on, I'll just put my hair in a ponytail today. I'm going to go and do some sewing in the kitchen. I'm going to start my next shop update today. So we'll cut into that nice fabric, shall we? Shall we go and have a look? Here we are. I've put them all out on the ironing board so we can have a good look at them. I know I've shown them to you before, but I'm now going to cut them. Oh, lovely. I'm very excited about this bit here. I think I'm going to stitch some actual bells to this bit, cut it out and stick it to something. It's lovely, isn't it? Right, I can't wait. I'm going to cut it all up now. I'm eating my dinner. I've got tuna, pasta and sweet corn, and these two are getting closer and closer and closer. And now I've had to put my plate on my lap. Ian's just tried his first very, very tiny bit of tuna. Lillian's had it before. It's lovely, isn't it, Lillian? We've taken the mickey a little bit, though. You're a bit close. The allergy has not gone. It's carried on and on and on. So I won't be doing question and answers today, because I can't go for like 5 minutes without sneezing or blowing my nose. I don't know what has triggered it off, but never mind. It's just one of those things. Maybe there's some sort of pollen in the air. Oh. Well, guess what? My ingredient that I needed to finish off my baskets arrived. So I've abandoned shop update stuff for the moment to finish off the baskets, which is good because I want to get them finished. But I was looking forward to cutting that fabric, but I've still got time. What's the time? 1:30. So if I crack on now, I'll get these baskets done. I've got to cook I've got some beef shin in the fridge, which I'm going to turn into a stew type thing. And then I'm going to put mashed potato on top and turn it into like a cottage pie type thing, but with chunks of beef at the bottom. You can help me do that if you want. Anyway, I'm going to go. Of course, I need to sneeze again. So I'm going to go. Sorry, that was a fruit fly. See you later. The vegetable box has arrived. Shall we see what we've got this week? Come on, Ian, come and help. So we've got a dozen eggs. That's an extra, I always order those. Cucumber for the guinea pigs. What we got, Ian? Apples, they look nice and shiny. James can eat those, I only like Granny Smith's. Beautiful cabbage. Is there anything under there? No. Oh, Swede. Carrots, I'm going to have one of these in a minute. Uh-oh, bananas on the bottom. Let's get them out. Lovely. Oh, parsnips, onions. What we got in here, Ian? Ooh, Brussels sprouts. This is just right for a cottage pie. These should be potatoes, because you get potatoes every week. Oh, look, lovely dirty potatoes. I think that's it. Lovely jubbly. I just realised time I've got to get cracking with this. In here, I've got this stuff. Because I'm doing Slim and World, this is what I'm using at the moment to fry things in. And I've got a large carrot, which I've just chopped up randomly and haven't even peeled. An onion, which I've chopped up randomly, which I do peel. and some celery, a celery stick which I've chopped up quite finely. I'm now going to put some meat in, everybody. Oh, I've turned the hob off. I'm now going to put some meat in, so beware. Now, I can't remember which cookery writer it was, but one of them. I read it once, and some people, when you make a casserole, you can seal the beef and then put it in to cook after. But I read someone say that they tried both ways and it makes no difference at all. So you can just put it in. So I'm just going to cover it up with water without even sealing it at all. Put a bit of water in. And I've just been through the cupboard to see what other ingredients we've got. So I've got a stock cube, which I'm going to have to very carefully unpeel. I use Knorr stock cubes. I find they're much better than Oxo. This one's a salt-free one because it was on offer. They're not that good, so I'll have to put some salt in. And I'll put some pepper in as well. What else did we find? I found a bit of parsley, which Asda sent instead of fresh parsley for the guinea pigs. Oh, you should have seen their faces when this turned up. I keep opening the wrong side. We'll chuck a bit of parsley in. And I've got some bay leaves as well, so we'll chuck a couple of those in as well. There we are. And I'm just going to leave it with a lid on a very, very low heat for about 3 hours or so. But I am going to put some swede in there as well in a little while, maybe a little bit of parsnip as well. You probably think, Paula, hang on, I'll turn around, you don't want to look at a bowl of raw meat. You probably think, Paula, why don't you just use the slow cooker? I don't like the way that meat tastes when it comes out the slow cooker. I think it tastes ceramic. I know that sounds silly, but I think that it tastes completely different when you've cooked it on top of the hob. But I'll come back here in a little while and give that a bit of a try. And if I add anything else to it, I'll let you know. But I don't cook with quantities when I'm making this sort of stuff. I just see what I've got and put it in the pot. But I'm going to turn it into a cottage pie. I quite often do that because Lizzie doesn't like mince. When I make a bolognese, I have to separate the sauce off of the top and push the mince down and put that on her pasta. I think my antihistamine has kicked in, thank goodness. Well, I'm going to give this a stir, put the lid on and leave it. Oh, as you can tell from my dreadful face, I've been sneezing and sniffing all day. I've just sat down for a cup of coffee. James has just taken my stuff to the post office for me. I'm not going to mark it as dispatched until he's done it though, the postman. Of course, I've taken a few things over there and then he's not done it till the next day. My local post office has opened up again, which is very, very convenient, but I think it's quite busy. So sometimes he doesn't do them the day that I take them, which, yeah, it's all right, but I think, because I do drop and go, but I think, well, if I was to stand in the queue, you'd have to do them. So, but anyway, hopefully he will do them today, so that they go in the post. The kitchen's an absolute tip. There's stuff everywhere, but I thought I could tidy it and then sit down, but I decided the right way round for me to do it was to sit down and then tidy it, because if I do it the other way round I won't get back up again. Come on, Doug. He's hungry, I think. Let's see if I can get him over. Come on. Hang on. Here he is. Baby Ian is here as well. Ah, here he comes. Hello, boys. I'm so glad that they get on, because Doug used to cuddle with Teddy, his twin brother, all the time. Oh no, Ian, no, that's not what we do over here. We like to settle down and relax, don't we? Although I have got to get up, so I don't want him to get too settled. Sorry about my finger here, but I've got to go and check that stew in a minute. I've got to put something in to thicken it, but I don't tend to do that until the last minute because I don't know how thick it is until it's done this cooking, you see, so I like to do that bit last. I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered, but I've got to get up and sort everything out. I don't know what else to say to you. I hope I don't wake up with this tomorrow. It's not Ian, because I've been absolutely fine, haven't I, for the... How long have we been doing this now? Over 2 weeks. I haven't had a day where I've been sneezing at all. It was something today when I went outside. It was in the air. Right, I'm going to go and break up this fight. I think the boys are hungry as well. I'll see you a bit later. There we are, everybody. It's all done now. I've chopped a bit of swede in. And I'll just put a little bit of corn flour and water in. That's lovely. Lovely jubbly. Oh, blimey, it's a bit steamy, isn't it? So I've made some mash. And I've got some Brussels sprouts and carrots to have with it. I'm not going to do shepherd's pie anymore. Can't be bothered. Just going to have it on the side. Then I've got to turn the oven on, have I? Oh, I love it. I'm not having the mash though. I'm just having it with the vegetables. Can't sit, can you? Oh, just sat down. It's a lot earlier tonight. We've had an early tea. You see, oh, hang on. I had to have a little bit of the old blue inhaler. Anyway, we had an early tea. James normally eats his tea when he gets back from the gym, but he said it was too late. I have to wait for it to go down because he doesn't get back until about 9:30, and then he has to have a wash and then he eats. So I've started cooking it a bit earlier so he can eat it before he goes and then not feel too rough. Hang on. Oh, my hair's gone like a mushroom. That's I was going to say that's better. It's not, is it? Let's face it. But never mind. Oh, I can't remember. He eats it before he goes earlier, because otherwise jumping about and stuff, it makes him feel sick. So yeah, we've had it quite a bit earlier tonight, but that's worked out really well. He did the washing up before he went, and everything's done earlier, so I can sit down a bit earlier. I've got a whole day of shop update stuff tomorrow, which is brilliant. So James took the stuff to the post office, and the post office man said, "Oh yeah, I don't know when they'll be picked up because there's a strike tomorrow," and I didn't even think about that. But I can see he's processed. I think he's processed 9 of them, which is a bit weird. When James took 15. So I don't know, maybe he thought, oh, I'm clocking off now, because it was about 5 o'clock when I got the notification. Who knows, whatever. But they're at the post office, and I didn't realise there was a strike tomorrow. But, oh dear. It'll be alright, won't it? So I've got a whole day of shop update stuff tomorrow, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. I managed to do a little bit today. I've managed to do a little bit of free motion embroidery with the sewing machine. So I'll be able to show you that tomorrow. Now, someone asked me about... Oh, that's my bra. They didn't ask me about my bra. About this that I had on yesterday. Whatever I've had on when I come to bed, I put up here. So this is my big flower hug shawl. I think it's made out of Aran or worsted weight. This is some cotton, Cascade cotton. Can you see? It's got sort of some lovely big knitted flowers on it. Yes, cotton, and it's I wear it all the time. It's so warm, and the wool is still in really, really good condition. I do like cotton. I use it for all of the baby clothes and blankets that I make for people, and I make quite a lot of my own clothes out of cotton as well. And I do find that when I go to wear them, to pick clothes to wear, I do go for the ones that have been made with cotton, because I know I'm safe in it. I think someone asked me about this as well, because I've got quite a few things piled up here, because it's just whatever I've taken off that night. This was a curious handmade mystery knit-along. I can't remember what it was called now. It wasn't this year's. I think it was 2020. Not Miss May. What was it called before? I can't remember. It's not this year's one, but the one, whichever one was before. What was it called? Does anyone remember? But whatever I've had round my neck when I get into bed or that evening, I put up there. Now, what was that one called? I'm going to have to look it up. Hang on. It's the Stillness Shawl. I bet you're all shouting at the screens, weren't you? Yeah, Stillness Shawl by Curious Handmade. Or maybe you're talking about this one. This is my, well, it's not mine. I made this for Lizzie. It's her Snuggle Down cowl, and that's a pattern by Jules from So Sweet Violet. I made that for Lizzie last year, I think. I'm going to go. I don't normally do this. Right, I sleep in nighties, but I really feel like putting on something comfortable and sitting with my legs open. So I want to put on like something like pyjama bottoms and like a really baggy top, because I've got this dress on and I absolutely love it, but I don't know, I just feel like opening my legs all night. You know what I mean, don't you? I just want a starfish on the chair. James isn't here, Lizzie's now getting in the bath, so I just want to sit about. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some sort of lycra outfit on and go and do that. I know it sounds bad, but I know you know what I mean, don't you? I don't mean anything rude. There's no one here. Oh, right. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm just going. And I'll see you all in the morning. I can't look at you. I've said too much. No, no.